The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tommy O'Brien, and Darrell Martin.
Welcome, folks. Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, you have the Dow Industrials off 88. You get the Nasdaq down 14. S&Ps are off 8.5. We have the gold contract down $6, trading at $1,351. Silver's off 34 cents, $19.40. You get the oil market down 17 cents at 48.04. Notes and bonds. Notes are down 11 ticks, 132. Bonds are off 28 ticks, 171.02. And good old King Dollars up 318 ticks at 94.45. We get volatility, Tom.
Yeah, how about oil, right?
Oil went to the moon yesterday. Yeah. That being said, it's really intriguing because it's actually on this contract here, it's right at the top of where ICE would be, and it has to get over it. So,
I think no matter what, $50 would be a mental battle.
I know. It's just funny that I think it's set up at 49, and this contract here, in fact, I got to change the contract that is on the screen right here because we're on the next contract.
Sure.
Let me just see this. Oil, where are you?
Right there.
So oil, we're CLV.
48.68.
Yeah, and see it went to 49.36. Now, when you see this bar, folks, okay, this is where it broke down from. It's 49.53. So we hit 49.36 this morning. Isn't that interesting, though?
Yeah.
And that's a monster. That was the initial break downtown. So we'll see how that shakes out. Last night, what you did have, folks, is that if you were watching the markets, the yen last night had a chance to get destroyed, and the dollar had a chance to get destroyed. Well, when I say the yen destroyed, meaning that stay under 100, and it didn't. It's just over it a little. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
But when you get that close, that's a psychological battle in itself. And if in fact it went a lot lower, we would have seen that gold market go to the moon. And
sure.
We just got the opposite deal happen, actually. So it's going to be interesting. Gold out here is hanging tough. Gold this morning we were down. I think we were down about $12 or $13. Yeah, we were down to a 13.42. Which would have been 13.42. Yeah, that's $15.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
folks, if you haven't test drove the Nadex platform, great time to do it. Come over to our website at TFNN. You'll see the banner on the top of the side. You can bring the exchange up. You can walk with us as we go through these different contracts. The defined risk contracts, which I just happen to love.
Yeah.
But you have to get used to them because there are so many different types of contracts. You can say that, okay, you want to go short. I mean, all you want to go
so
long.
many different ways to do it, right?
There is.
Yeah.
Like this morning, okay, what I did this morning is that normally I like the 80-point spread, right?
Yeah, which is their largest for the NASDAQ 100.
Yes, it is. Yes. But on the pop this morning, what happened, folks, is that the market was down, got a nice little pop, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And
yeah, you got into your trade at about 850, which is this bar right here, just for reference.
Yeah, and
so pretty much right at this pop, exactly.
Which is 47.98, and it went to like 48 something on the pop, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah. So what happened is that when I looked at the 80-point spread, I felt what I was risking versus what I was rewarding just wasn't there.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
So what happens, folks, which is pretty cool, is that they put another spread on at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, they have the 30-point dailies,
Yeah.
right? And it looks like that's what you got with 4,800 being the ceiling and
Yeah.
4,770 being the floor.
Right.
So you were like square right at the ceiling.
I was.
2 points away from it, maybe.
Right. And I paid 6 ticks. So
$6.
Yeah.
Right, which is $60.
Yes.
Dollars, really.
Per contract.
Per contract.
Per contract.
Right.
But I happen to like that trade because 6 points in the Nasdaq is not a lot, folks. That's the reality. Well, it's not a lot on a volatile day.
Yes, no, I agree.
It's not a lot in the volatile.
I agree. I was just setting it up. So this is if you were selling one
Right.
contract, 4791.4, right?
Yeah.
4791.4. So your max loss was 86.
Right.
For a max profit of 214.
Right.
And of that 86, probably 60 of it was premium, right? Where you had like about $26 of intrinsic value, something, or $20.
Yeah.
$20. That's
Right.
what I'm just trying. You know what I mean?
No,
so
no,
if it
for
settled
sure.
where it was, your risk was 60 of it. But
Right.
for that, you're getting like a 2.5 to 1 risk reward, better
Right.
than 2 to 1.
Right.
Yeah.
And just so to keep in mind, when you're doing this simultaneously, I was still watching the European market, and it was going nowhere, man. The DAX was still down, so it was like, okay, man, I'll take that risk at that point. So the key to understand there is that, you may want to get the larger spread, because what does happen, because even if you're right with the larger spread, you're not paying that premium. There was zero premium. In fact,
For instance, right?
Yeah.
It's literally at 91 point something right now. You got
Right.
in at 91.4. If it settles right here, you break even.
Right.
Yet you sold it up here. You got a great spike down, right?
Right.
So that's the
Right.
risk. That you know what I
That's
mean.
right.
You're bearish. You got to pull down,
Right.
and if it just settles here, you break even. But
Right.
guess what? That's why you're getting, risking 80 to make
Right.
220 almost.
Because that's at the end of the day. If
Right.
you close it out right now, I just made $25
yes,
a
no, there's
contract.
still, right. So you can see it's trading at 225, and right now, the market's right at about 47.88. Right.
You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6663.
Who are we coming back with?
It's a beautiful thing. Good. Our man, Mr. Larry
That's
Pesavento.
right. Perfect.
It's going to be out here grooving with our man, Tiger Larry
Can't
Pesavento.
wait to talk to him. Totally.
Coming right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 81. We get the Nasdaq off 15. S&Ps are off 8.5. And we have our man, Mr. Larry Pesavento. And, folks, Larry's going to be doing a subscriber event. This is going to be next Wednesday. And it's the classic techniques of the old masters. I like it, man.
Right?
It's a beautiful thing. Larry Pesavento, what's going on?
Hey, looking good, Billy Ray. Feeling good, Lewis. How are you
I
doing
love
today?
it.
I know, right?
And that's how Larry starts the show off every day. And don't
It's
forget,
perfect,
folks,
man.
it is so cool. 9 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. And if you're listening to us on in the West Coast right now, well, I'm sure you probably heard Larry. But bottom line, if you haven't, remember you always can get us right on your cell phone. Just go to TFNN.com. You hit Tiger TV.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, go watch Trading Places this weekend.
No, totally, man.
I've only seen it 150
Right?
times.
I know. Every time it's awesome.
love
It
that
is.
movie,
Seriously.
man. I mean, totally. So, hey, talk to me. Well, first off, folks, this is a subscriber event. You can come over. You can subscribe to Larry's newsletter. Great newsletter. It's only $97. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You do that, and you're going to come next Wednesday, 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to let Larry talk to you about what he's going to talk about.
What are you going to be going through, Larry?
Well, basically, since early June, we've had some really huge winners in there for the 24/7. We had bonds, crude oil, gold, and, of course, the British pound. We got very lucky on that Brexit thing. And what the folks have asked me, where do I get some of these things? And on my desk at home, I keep about 6 or 7 of the old books that I think are the most important. And out of those books, come the patterns that I use, and then I add the ratios to it. So I'm going to do a little bit of that, give some, recommendations on how to do things. But
Yes.
I want to try to show them, how to find some of this stuff themselves, work a little bit about the mental part of trading, which is very, very important. I also want to talk a little bit about how to increase your odds to about 85% winners. If you're interested in that, it's going to be probably a 3 or 4 minute segment, and we'll see how that goes. And the other one that I want to really talk about is to learn to want what the market wants. It always whispers to you what it wants to do, and if you listen to what it's trying to tell you, try to stick with that. And one of the ways to do that is to learn how to trade a failure pattern. In other words, when a Gartley fails, it's almost 80% chance that it's going to go to a butterfly pattern. So that's a tremendous, profit potential with a very small risk, and we want to try to focus on how much that risk is going to be if you're going to trade a failure pattern. So
Yes.
those are just a few of the things that I want to cover. But we're going to do it in an hour, and then we're going to be doing some follow-up stuff. So it'll be interesting for
And
sure.
so Larry's service, too, for people who don't know it, it's a full report Monday. So Larry sends me his newsletter Sunday, and it's like 20, 25 charts maybe, and an awesome amount of writing. So that comes out Monday, weekly report, and then he's sending out just charts and videos that he's talking over as part of the service. And so he's just breaking down charts. It's awesome, man. I'm always checking it out myself. I get the emails, of course. You get them.
Big time.
Yeah.
And, folks, Larry, what's intriguing? I was saying to Tommy yesterday, because when we were talking and when you guys putting this together, I says, man, it's amazing that technical analysis in itself, I mean, it, really started up in the 20s and 30s. It's an art really more than a science, folks, okay? But the patterns really are science, okay? It's just a number deal. So isn't it wild that it seems that most of the, I guess that I think is the best stuff out there was the 20s and the 30s, and it's almost like because they had 2 markets. They had a market that went to the moon, and a market that crashed.
Well, I'm sure Larry can expand, but you can't deny how Fibonacci ratios just go through every part of when you break down that, and it's like, okay,
Isn't it cool?
you're gonna argue they're not in the market. They're in everything. How are they not in the market?
Right.
That's the one thing. Go ahead, Larry, but I'm sure you.
Anything that's active and is and liquid, it's certainly going to be. Very, very important. It was about 10 years ago, Tom, when we first met in New York. Remember with the the two hockey players from
I do.
the Gold Olympics, and
Yeah.
you were chatting with them and said we ought to get together, and that's when we first met. And then a few years after that, I started doing the show with you. But these patterns have never really changed over the years. You could actually go back, into the 1800s. We started getting good data after 1875. 10 years after the Civil War.
Yes.
The New York Times put in the first charts, and you'll begin to see how that stuff worked. But even going back into the time of Isaac Newton, they were doing cotton charts and stuff like that over in the UK. So they're there. You just have to try to identify them. But like anything else, it's not 100%, and that's the real key.
It's a probability game.
It's
right?
a probability game, And that being said, though, that being said, I was watching a show on Nova, and I love Nova. It's just a series, I think. And what it was, Larry and folks, it was about the universe, right? And the black hole and the whole thing.
Sure.
And bottom line, in the middle of this whole thing, right? What they were explaining is the Fibonacci sequence, okay? These scientists are saying, I'm telling you, this thing is coming out of this, and this is, so, the theory is that we're always going to expand, and the theory there is that the universe is always going to expand.
Right.
That's pretty intense, man.
Expand to where?
That's it. Oh, no, that was their point.
Yeah.
That was their point.
Yeah. Wrap your head around that.
Wrap your head around that. Exactly. That was their point, It's like, wow, man. So.
Yeah, that stuff is that Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's such a fabulous speaker and a presenter of that stuff that it's really amazing. But you try to talk to those people that it relates to the stock market. They think you're one French fry short of a Happy Meal.
Well, that's a beautiful thing.
It's well, that's
if it
right.
permeates through everything, right? Then seriously.
And what's
it's our body ratios. How does that not matter, right?
Exactly.
I mean, that one really triggers it.
Yeah, you have to.
There's no fudging that one.
No, there's not. Well, the cool thing is no fudging the numbers. Period.
Right.
That's
sure.
Well, the ratio is the ratio. And as Larry just said at the beginning, if it's active, what does happen, folks, and Larry and I have not traded in the same room, but he's sitting there and I'm sitting here, and in active markets, we've been talking on a continual basis. And when these markets get active, man, I mean, we can't even believe how they hit.
I'm sure.
Man, I mean, 2008, 2009, Larry, right? It was insane, Tom.
Yeah,
I mean, it was like, because Larry and I almost got wiped out at the very top. And we were on the phone, and that's when it collapsed.
Sure.
It was like, I don't know, it was a wipeout, but we were shocked.
A big drop.
And it was like, oh, my God, oh, no. And then all of a sudden, 2 seconds later, it was like, oh, my God, what just happened?
Nice.
That was insane, Larry. That was
remember, I was in Las Vegas, Tom. We were on Skype, and Skype went out, and we had to talk on the phone.
Oh,
how fitting.
It was. Yeah. It really was. And then, then forget it. Then the rest is history, man. Pretty wise and amazing. Well, folks, you can come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see it right on the front. Fibonacci 24/7 subscriber event. You can sign up right now. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You're going to get a great education. The cool thing here, folks, is this, is that you truly can do this by yourself. And he sends out enough videos that you can see it visually.
They're awesome. I mean, that's what, when Larry wanted to do something, he just sends out so many charts, and he's looking at things where now he just records his thoughts, puts it out. It's a great service. And his weekly report comes out Monday.
Yes. Larry, you have a great one, a safe one. Tell Sarah we said hi.
Thanks a lot, fellas. You have a great day.
Thanks, Larry.
Man. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Dow right now is down 56. You get the Nasdaq off 4. S&Ps are down 5.5. We're going to be right back. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today.
EverBank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Well, we get the volatility. We just got a spike up in the market. Dow right now is down 42. Nasdaq got the spike. Nasdaq is flat.
Pull out, just to pull.
The NDX, we just went from 47.86 to 48.10 in about a heartbeat.
24 points in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, so let's see. Let's go inside the NDX and see what's moving this NDX right now. So inside the NDX, AMAT is the number one mover. That's up 6.5%, $1.93. Ross Stores is up 4.5%. You know what's interesting is that some of these clothing stores are really making money, and some of them,
struggling.
Ross.
Who does Ross own? They own a few, don't they?
I'm not sure. I know.
Did we just do this?
I always hear
that
Ross dress for less. The ad. And look at this. Look at this.
I've said. I like those stores. I think those stores provide just huge value. I got this shirt at Marshall's. I think. You know what I mean? There's huge value in that.
I've been in Ross. I think what Ross
People are really smart consumers at this point, and that price shopping is a big deal.
They are, and what Ross has going for it, I suspect, is this. They have inexpensive prices, right? The store's not really neat, but you really don't care if it's really neat. What you really care for is that, okay, can I find a shirt like this? Can I find
Sure. And they all have their different brands that they're able to, the high-end brands that they get the surplus
They do.
And so forth from.
So let's see. So you got Micron Tech is up 4%, and you got Viacom up 2.7%. Taken away from it is Mylan Pharmaceutical is down 2%. Vodafone's off 1.4%. Liberty is down 1.2%. Let's go NQU. Let's see what's happening here. Okay, so that's quite a spike.
It's almost an understatement.
Yeah, it is. Totally. That being said,
something's got to be moving that, I think.
Yeah,
keep pushing for it. I know.
I agree.
Nothing too substantial. No,
because it hasn't gone over the high of yesterday yet. It tested it, which is the 48.14. Yeah, we hit 48.13. Let's go into the S&Ps. Take a look at the S&Ps. Now, what gets interesting, so the S&Ps couldn't do it. Now, here, let's go back over to the Nadex platform, because you want to see what I just said to Tommy. Maybe I'll take half of this off, but here, I want to just... I want to show you.
Still have some value.
Right. Now, this is where this gets wild, folks, okay? So picture this. I was in the money $100. Now I'm out of the money by $250.
Yeah, for 5 contracts.
For 5 contracts. But what's going on is that I'm really out of the money, period, but yet my value is still $180 to $190 if I wanted to take it off right now.
For sure.
So that's all.
I was just putting a line. I mean, this is 4,800, where that's the ceiling. That's where you get any value.
Right.
So unless the Nasdaq goes below this level, and right now you can get out at about 47.96. So
right.
yeah, the market's giving you this price if you want it.
Which is pretty intense.
That's what
Right.
It's something worth considering.
It is
for sure.
You know
right.
what I mean?
Especially if the trade's not reacting like you anticipated. I mean, whatever this is, right?
Whatever this is,
you might not want to fight that headwind.
No.
Yeah.
No. Exactly.
Yeah.
And what happens here every minute now?
Sure.
Okay, going throughout the day, that I'm losing that
for
premium.
Sure, right?
Because I'm getting paid a premium.
That's going to tick up to 47.97, 47.98,
exactly.
47.99.
Exactly.
10 points will be a big
huge
movement in the last couple hours. The market will price that in, for sure.
And maybe
that's a great point. Yeah. Don't just give up on it, right? I mean, for sure. There's still a trade there.
There's no reason to.
I mean, you have $41 right now per contract, $42 per contract as that ticks. $200 in value.
Right.
You've only lost actually 50% of your trade when you put it in that context versus the entire 100%.
Right. And when I was doing the risk versus the reward, I was getting 2.5.
Sure.
So it's something that you want to go through when you're looking at these, and that's
great. Just that we cover it. Whatever you end up doing.
And it makes
it's kind of nice to see it retreating a little bit, I'm sure.
No, listen, it's
giving up a little bit of momentum.
There's no doubt. Let's go over and we take a look. Oh, 1 second. Okay, so if we go over and we take a look at the gold contract, this is going to be interesting too, because what you have here, silver took out GC. Okay, so you had the initial.
We'll get there.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Okay, so you had the downdraft in gold this morning. You got the counter trend bounce. Counter trend bounce took you up to 1352, and we're at 49 right now. Now this is going to you get back inside. It only has to be about another 50 cents, and then I think you can get down to the top of that bow, which is like 1346.
Not a lot of movement when you consider where gold's been today.
No, it's not. It would be subtle though. That like, okay, this thing wants to move lower. What we also have is this: is that in the GDX, this thing looks like it looks like it wanted to do an ABC structure on the way down. Now, if we close right here, it's going to be a problem for the GDX, because we're going to more than likely. The low that was established on Wednesday was 29.66, and we've got to 29.86, and I don't think it's going to break that, but if it lays right there, it's going to be like, okay, Monday morning, this thing wants to go after the low established on the 25th, because what you do have is that you have a few of these gold equities that have, Rango Resources being one of them. Rango looks like it's going to do the volume today, meaning on the way down. You're at 348,000, and you can see if Rango closes under this $109, it's like, okay, you want to go lower, and it's like that's been one of the strongest gold stocks for 9 years.
Yeah.
So volatility, I think we got it in spades out here today. And bonds.
We do so far, that's for sure.
Well, bonds, it's going to be really wild, man. My head's like, this bond move is like so hard to really get your head wrapped around right now, because it looks to me that it's really going to try to do this ABC down. And that, the 10 years off 13.6, we've already done 500,000 contracts. And 131.19 is the number. It's like, okay, man, maybe the market is saying, I believe, that now maybe they'll go up a quarter point,
Yeah.
And what we don't know is this, is that, like, when I say that even in my own head, I'm saying to myself, well, of course they're going to go up a quarter point, but when is that going to happen?
Yes.
Now,
for sure.
And so it's hard to gauge that if the market's
It's not
saying
if, but when.
Yeah, and if the market's saying it, well, the market's not telling us when it's going to go up either, you know?
Sure.
But the bond people are saying that, well, I'm not going to take a risk. I'm going to jam it up right now, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's good. There's a lot of moving parts. Now, the divergence here is a decent one because most of the time we have not seen the markets down and bonds down. It's just the correlation, you know. But guess what? That just pop inside the inside the market. It just might be that the bonds were maybe dictating that, hey, guess what? The market wants to go up, which would be really bizarre, right? Nike's the mover out here today. It's up 2.6% in the Dow. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. The Dow Industrial's down 38. Nasdaq is up 1.5. S&P's are down 4.5. We're going to be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is down 38. Nasdaq is up 1. S&Ps are down 4. And we were talking about those contracts, folks. I did close those contracts out.
Those Nasdaq ones.
Those Nasdaq ones, because it's worth taking that loss, and getting approximately half my money back,
right.
where I get zero back.
Yeah. And to put it in perspective, you had about almost $80 per contract of risk,
right?
And you were able to get out with almost $40 of value, and that was where it was trading. Is like they were giving you at like the 96. They were giving you 47.96, where right now it's at 48.10.
Right, and it was worth nothing.
It's all premium. There's no intrinsic value.
Exactly.
Is the best way to put it.
Well.
You know, the market needs to move 9 Nasdaq points for you to have any value in that trade after a huge spike.
Right.
Yeah.
And so bottom line is that you wait for the next trade.
Next trade. Move on.
That's how it goes,
Move
man.
on for sure.
So it's like, okay, so what's moving this market? And it's.
Go ahead.
Let's go take a look. Let's go inside here. I'm going to put the SPY up first. Let's see how this shakes out. So the SPY got down to 217.74. It's going to reject lower price. Oh, interesting. Okay. So now, the next move here, this will be funny. The next move here, folks, would be, it doesn't mean, see, this is where this gets interesting, because I was saying to Tommy, let's just close this thing. Because guess what? As it's coming up and trying to fill the gap from the gap down. And I very well might sell it again when it fills that gap. Let me see.
Yeah, you're looking at the SPY right now, though, but you're trading the NASDAQ.
I am. I'm going to go over to the NASDAQ right now and see if that's. I think the NASDAQ.
I think the NASDAQ's at a different level.
No, it should be. It already finished that.
Yeah.
But bottom line, it's testing those highs.
Yeah.
And so what does happen too? So check this out. What does happen if this stays up here for a bit of time? Let's say it stays up an hour and a half, folks. You can actually get back into the same contract, and guess what? I can get it back in probably at half the price that I just sold it at.
Premium for less time, right?
Right,
for sure.
So you can have the same trade on, So
it would be a shorter trade, so you pay less premium for that option for less time.
And so the hardest thing to do, and this is why you should absolutely use the test drive account.
Sure.
So you can
demo account.
the demo account, so you can see the differences in this.
Right.
Okay.
You just get acclimated to the types of risk reward setups and how they play out during the day. How those premiums.
Because you're trying to figure out how was I wrong on the direction, but got half my money back when it should be zero. Well, it's because of the premium.
You just want to understand their expected moves with the underlying move.
Right. Yeah. Because what also happens here is this. Is that it's not just the where the NASDAQ wants to go now. For what I got in it, it has to go there, and that's all. I haven't made a dime. Now it's going to go that much lower. So you're talking about a huge move to make anything.
Sure.
Right? I mean, that's that's a different ball game. Because when we started out, remember you showed that even though it had gone down.
Right. You were the market was actually a break even.
Exactly.
And the only thing that was profit in there was actually all the premiums still remaining.
Right.
Right.
So. Our phone number is 877-927-6648.
So, hey, jumping around the world, how about those U.S. swimmers, huh?
Oh, I know, man.
Drama just has to evolve somehow.
Is that
you gotta almost just laugh at just how foolish people can be for what seems like no apparent reason in the grand context, if that's all it was.
Booze. They're out of their mind.
And, some foolish hijinks that, they should have paid and made sure they took care of, and it looks like they did, and then they decided to create a live for no reason. Hey, so, I don't know. I was thinking of it because I was thinking of the sponsorships we were saying back and forth. I mean, there's real money at stake in terms of image, and this is not just some petty, foolish child making a claim. You're a spokesperson.
He's going to lose big millions.
Speedo and Polo, I think, are already looking at their relationship as they should. I mean,
no one's going to believe him.
That's not a positive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's those companies seek out image.
Yeah.
They pay for image.
Yeah, you want an image.
They pay for
everyone's pulling guns on me and they're cocking it in my head. Give me a break. He'd probably never seen a gun in his life. Oh my God, it's sick, it's sad.
Okay,
I know.
You really just what was that?
I don't know, because
I don't know what that came from. Okay.
Well, I don't think he's ever seen anyone cock a gun.
I think they did have a gun at the time that night. Yeah. But so.
Yeah. Oh, the cops did. I'm sure the cops did.
Well, then, so he saw a gun that night.
Yeah. No.
Okay. I don't know.
Let's go to my man Tom in Plymouth. Hey, Tom, what's going on, brother?
Hey, gentlemen, how are you this morning?
What's
doing great,
Tom?
man. Ready for a good weekend?
Oh, that's good. Absolutely.
Yeah, you've had a good week, man.
I still have.
You have, I know, man.
The other day, not only did I dump half of it, I dumped all of it that day because
nice.
it went up another 10 cents.
Oh.
And yesterday I bought back in.
Listen, you know what I mean?
Why don't you tell everybody what we're talking about?
Tom had called us, folks, and JDST, and what ends up happening is that he had been accumulating the JDST, which is the junior gold miners, Direction Junior Gold Miners 3 times bear. And, you know, this was the day of the Fed minutes coming out, and he had called us right up here when it was trading at 444. And, you know, bottom line, it was a monster score because what ended up happening, of course, is that, you know, it had been trading down at $4 the prior 3 days. And when they come out with the minutes, it went down to 411. And I was thinking of you. I says, man, because both of us are saying, I bet he bought the other half back. We didn't know you sold it all, which is even better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I sold it, I think, around 4:34 in the morning, and then it went up in the afternoon. I said, you know, I'm getting rid of all of it. You know, it's too much. There's too much
for you, man. Definitely.
I'm taking it.
Yeah.
You know? And then yesterday I was sitting, and I was like, I couldn't help it. I just bought back in.
Listen, I know. See, what happens, folks, is this. If you trade these leverage products, okay, it's important to understand, you know, how they work, meaning, you know, they're volatile, but if you have a nice trading plan out, well, guess what? And don't get greedy. You know, you can do pretty good in them.
Yeah.
Now, what is going, I'm not sure about this one, but, yeah, no, they are going. You know, keep in mind now, I believe it's the 28th that they're all going 10 for 1. I think it's 10. It might be 10. Let me pull it up right now. Direction Investment announced the date for executing splits of 6 leverage ETFs.
October. This is 2015. You're reading something. That's an old.
Wow.
Yeah, you're just in an old article.
That's so weird that that's right there.
I thought it was this next week too. But
yeah, I think it's August 28th. I'm not sure why that got pulled up. 1 second. Let's see.
I got it down as the 25th, next Thursday.
Do you? Okay, good. Okay. And are you showing a 5 to 1? What are you showing?
Yeah.
5 to 1.
5 to 1, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, it's important. Now, what happens there, folks, is you don't make any money or lose any money. But what will happen, because these are percentage moves of the move, it's a percentage of a larger number, which is you're going to get more movement, point for point, which is important to understand. So. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back with Tom from Plymouth. We get Tim from Cleveland, and we want to hear from you. The Dow right now is down 29. NASDAQ is up 1. S&Ps is down 3.5. We're going to be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's 2016 and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, Swim Lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Darrell Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with Tom from Plymouth. We're talking about the JD. Nope. I guess, did we lose him?
We lost him.
We lost him. So, bottom line, if you're into the JDST, I like the trade. You got a high out here today of 435. You're at 421. If we go to the GDXJ, which is what he's shot right now, because that's the opposite 3 times, what you're going to see is this, is that we're trading $50.64. You came down with big volume Wednesday, 13 million. If it lays right here,
that was the Fed minutes too. Just
that
to
was
put
the
it in
Fed. That's
perspective,
right.
That was the day that we saw the big, dramatic effect. Go ahead. Yeah.
We went up. Now this is watch this. This is a little bit different than the seniors. This is the juniors. So we went up with 12 million, yet the 12 million was going into 13.2, and we'll see what the volume is today. Now watch the difference. So this one here came down with volume and went up with volume, right? GDX. Now the seniors looks like they did an ABC down. They wanted. We came down with 78 million, and you only went up with 60. So there's a differential there. What has happened, and that's why Tom has been on the juniors more so, is that the juniors have moved up much faster than the seniors, and that's normally what happens.
Okay.
But guess what? When they go down much faster too.
For sure.
And it all has to do, folks, with that physical price is, because what happens is that on the juniors is that their leverage, they need a higher gold price, and then all of a sudden,
more, right,
if I get a junior and you're the senior, right? All of a sudden you look and say, oh, I want to buy him. I got to take him out because this higher gold price, you have all the cash.
That's worth it to him, yeah.
You have all the cash to build the mine. We have the expertise to find the gold.
And you want the revenue. And the bigger company just wants to grow.
Exactly.
Right.
They have to grow. Right. These public companies, man, having to grow is a mind blower, isn't it? It's like they always have to grow.
Expectation.
That's pretty intense, man. It really is the aspect when that happens. Let's go to Tim in Cleveland. Hey, Tim, what's going on?
Hey, we're just chilling out here in Cleveland, man.
That's a beautiful thing.
Perfect.
Totally.
Really. Hey, listen, I'm in the ERY, triple the energy inverse, and I remember hearing you, I think it was a couple of days ago, you were talking about oil hitting the ice, which I'm still trying to learn some of your terminology there.
Yep.
And I was thinking, hey, triple inverse might not be a bad spot. I'm down about 50 cents or so, something like that at this point.
This is what you want to see. if you go over to the XLE, right, you want to see the XLE close today under $70.26.
Okay.
You're at $70.38 right now. Because this thing went topside yesterday and it did have the volume. But if you get a close underneath that, guess what? That's a failure. If we go over to the oil market for a second and take a look at this, now it looks to me like oil's not going to be able to make this number here today, but what I would also do is keep that XLE, see the number on oil, and the contract we're talking about is the October contract, is $49.53. So what you are going to have thus far, it looks like, is, it won't make it. But I would simultaneously, you want that XLE to close under that, because if it doesn't, then that thing can really go topside, man.
Okay.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Tommy.
Don't forget, folks, man, Mr. Larry Pesavento, great workshop for you. Check it out on the front page of TFNN. Of course, have a great one. Have a safe one. Thanks, pal. We'll be back this afternoon, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.